What's up, YouTube family? It's your boy What's Up G, and I am the best reporting on hip hop and entertainment. Now, we got Charleston White getting canceled on Black Twitter for these comments that were completely out of pocket. Black Twitter is now canceling Charleston White. It's been a long time coming. In his last interview with Say Cheese TV, he made some comments that were completely out of bounds. Now, if you want to keep up to date with that, make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe. I'm your boy What's Up G, back with another banger. Let's get into it, y'all. Charleston White been saying a lot of wild stuff over the years. Let's get into this.
Black Twitter is currently canceling Charleston White on Twitter due to comments made during his most recent interview with Say Cheese TV. Black Twitter has a problem with Charleston White going at their two heroes as of lately. There's a lot of support right now from Black folks for Rodney Hinton on your right and Carmelo Anthony on your left. There's support for these two people for a variety of reasons. Supporting them is still a polarizing issue, even in Black Twitter itself. Not everybody supports them. However, they have enough support to where there's enough noise being made on social media. Carmelo is a 17-year-old teen who was arrested at a school track meet for killing another student. He stabbed Austin Metcalf after Austin Metcalf attempted to move him out of a tent. Now, people are screaming self-defense. People is claiming it's not self-defense.
Anthony was being held on $1 million bond, which was crazy. Today, they reduced it to 250 grand, which is, still sizable, but he wound up getting out. All right, so Mark, first of all, the idea of race, I mean, you lived it with Zimmerman in a big way. There's so many people who believe that that's why Zimmerman wound up beating that case. But what do you see here? What are your questions? What will matter?
Oh, no, it's definitely a consideration. It always is, whether it's a sort of obvious what we're doing or the implicit one, because we all carry these implicit biases with us that perceive or impact how we perceive an event. Now, what's really it's going to come down to, and I disagree with the guy who said this is not a self-defense case yesterday, I think he said it. This is definitely a self-defense case because it always is one until you look at the facts of the case and compare the two. You have to compare who was the initial aggressor. Was it an aggressive act for him to go up and say, get away from the tent? Did he do more than that? My understanding was maybe he touched him and put hands on him. Granted, that makes the decedent in this case maybe the initial aggressor. But you really still then have to look at whether or not Carmelo Anthony responded with appropriate force. He used a deadly weapon, and whether or not he was in imminent fear of great bodily injury. That's the standard in Texas and most every state, to determine whether or not his actions, the way he perceived him, the way Carmelo Anthony perceived him when he took out that knife and stabbed him. The good part is if the decedent was the aggressor initially. The bad part for Carmelo, if in fact it's true that he sort of said, touch me and you'll see, because that's that aggression, that's that predisposition towards violence that doesn't have a place in a true self-defense case.
My take on the Carmelo Anthony situation, man, is I'm going to wait for the courts to decide. I'm going to wait for the court to decide if it's self-defense or not. All right. And I'm going to be perfectly fine with whatever the court decide. If the court decide he's a murderer, lock him up. If the court decide it was self-defense and he's innocent, then free the kid. All right. So his case is at least nuanced enough to where you have to give it the benefit of the doubt in terms of let the justice system play itself out. It serves no purpose trying to attack each other over this particular case. But Black folks believe that Carmelo Anthony was acting in some.
Yeah, and I gotta say, with it happening in Texas, Texas does have a stand your ground law that's very strict. So if Carmelo had an attacker who was aggressive towards him, he does have the right to stand his ground. But on the flip side, if he was antagonizing the situation like, yo, go ahead, touch me, and you're gonna see what I'm gonna do to you, that kind of makes it a little shaky in Texas. If you're from Texas, drop it in the comments. Let me know exactly how y'all feel about this and what it's looking like. I want to hear from Black YouTube, white YouTube. I want to hear how y'all feel about this. Let's keep going, y'all.
Defense and Austin Metcalf was the aggressor. Whether or not you believe it, that's what Black Twitter is saying. All right. Again, not me. This is what Black Twitter is saying. Now, for the Rodney Hinton situation, this is a case that I believe only extremists, only people who truly have deep-seated hate in their heart can really look at this situation and feel any type of joy or support of Rodney Hinton. So the Rodney Hinton situation came about when his son was shot and killed by police officers. Now, he took it upon himself, even though, again, his son was shot and killed by one police officer. He took it upon himself to go ahead and run over and kill and target another police officer that has nothing to do with his son's death. And people is cheering him on for killing an innocent man.
On Monday, protesters gathered on the steps of the Hamilton County Courthouse. We were there as the Black Panthers and other groups voiced support for Hinton.
We sick and tired I'm being sick and tired.
Prosecutors say Hinton targeted Deputy Henderson after watching body camera video showing a Cincinnati police officer shooting and killing his son. Authorities say 18-year-old Ryan Hinton was pointing a gun at an officer. These protesters say they didn't see one in the footage.
They don't see Ryan being shot down unnecessarily as being what caused Rodney to respond in the way that he did.
Iris Rowley with the Cincinnati Black United Front watched on Monday. She says the city has championed police reform and policy in the past 25 years, but she says when it comes to Ryan Hinton's case, there's still work to be done.
We're waiting to see preliminary review of the video footage. We're looking at all of that. It's all to be reviewed. We do not have all of the facts yet, and so we are awaiting that.
In Cincinnati, Valerie Lyon.
What the police did to Rodney's son is despicable, is horrible, especially when you look at the video. The video is moving fast. So if the officer sent something that I didn't see, okay. But from watching that video, I didn't see the kid with a gun. I didn't see the.
And I got to piggyback on that. I'm glad Flacco said that. I thought I was gonna have to correct him. I didn't see the kid point a firearm at the police officer either. And also the police officer actually shot him in the back. So yeah, that's cut and dry. This is another situation where a white officer has shot down a black kid for no reason. So to understand the frustration of the father, nobody can understand the frustration of a father unless you have a son that was brutally and unnecessarily taken from this earth by a police officer, somebody with a badge who is known to target young black males and unalive them because basically they feel like it. Let's keep it going, y'all.
Kid point a gun at him. I see a kid trying to run away, trying to get out of there, and he was shot dead. So I can understand a father being upset or being led to the verge of insanity, to be honest with you. But what I can co-sign, yo, is going after another innocent man who was, I think, like working like traffic control or something like that, bro. Like he was working like he was working on like the traffic, bro. He was a traffic cop that day, right? Like directing traffic. He had nothing to do with the situation. If you want to take it out on a dude who did that to your son, go ahead and do you. Taking it out on an innocent person that had nothing to do with it, I can't co-sign. And anybody who's co-signing that, bro, I think they're just, either they just have some deep-seated hatred in their heart or they're just mentally ill. So Charleston White decided he was going to take on the Rodney Hinton situation as well as the Carmelo situation. His commentary on both served them no favors on Black Twitter today. Now, he first talked about the Rodney situation, which I think he was on point with.
Yeah, nigga. Do you still, you said a year ago on my platform that you don't give a about police brutality.
I don't.
You still don't?
Nope.
Even with it's a situation where a cop killed a kid and then a day later his dad went and killed the cop. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I mean, you never know what would happen if something happened to, if a cop did something to somebody you love.
I ain't gonna do no coward shit like that.
How is that cowardly?
I ain't finna go kill no innocent person that didn't have nothing to do with my son being killed. It's an innocent person. I'm just finna go kill an innocent person. Don't know I'm finna do this to him. Where that motherfucker my son? Where his family at? Say, find his name, go get his, no. But I ain't finna go get no innocent person that didn't have nothing to do with this, homie.
Was it the same police force?
Fuck if it's the same police force.
That logic is so dumb. It was the same police force. I mean, they all guilty. These are the same people who support gang violence. Bro, the same people with that mindset are the same people who think gang violence is.
I understand where Flacco going with it, and I agree with Flacco. But on the flip side, let's play devil's advocate for a second. Well, was the kid innocent in this situation? Was he an innocent person when he got shot in the back? Because you can look at it, and this is biblical, Flacco, an eye for an eye. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm not saying who's wrong or who's right. I'm just pointing out if the kid was innocent and he got killed by somebody who just chose to kill him that day, but the kid was innocent, not innocent in everything he was doing, but he shouldn't have been killed that day. The same way a cop isn't innocent in everything that they're doing. No way, shape, and form is a cop innocent all day, every day. No, they're not. They are some of the worst people on earth with the things that they do on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. We got a lot of dirty cops. We have good cops out there. Don't get me wrong, but we have the majority that's bad cops, and it taints the good cops because the good cops don't speak up against the bad cops. So to say that one cop is had nothing to do with it, you can also look on the other side and say, well, the kid shouldn't have been killed either. It's in the Bible saying an eye for an eye. So I can see both sides, just playing devil's advocate. Y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this.
Fine life will be for all of us, including myself.
This cop didn't have nothing to do with it. How you know he in agreement with it? You're gonna go pick an innocent person and kill him. And we clap for that. Yeah, nigga, yeah, no, nigga, go get the person that you, if you done something to me, what I look like gonna go do something to V and you done it? Nah, homie. No, that's some cow. That's a coward act, cowardly act. You don't want to hurt an innocent person. Minding they mother don't know nothing about nothing and ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Maybe he went psyche or
he ain't
maybe
shit. No, he ain't win shit. He ain't win shit. A psychic person, nigga, they crazy. He don't hold his head over pride when he walk by them police.
But that's what you said you like though. You said you said that in previous interviews. You like when people are in the courtroom.
I like that. But nigga, I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm responding to what you saying. Maybe he went crazy. A crazy person don't take pride like that, is what I'm saying.
This the picture of Rodney holding his head high, acting like he's an actual activist in the courthouse, bro. Yo, this man is a cold-blooded murderer who murdered an innocent person that had nothing to do with nothing. But this man is walking around acting like he's Martin Luther King Jr., acting like he Malcolm X, acting like he's doing something for the cause. All right, and here's the thing. Black folks is gonna make a Malcolm X. Like, he's gonna be a martyrer.
I ain't saying that ain't the shit. That's what you're supposed to do, nigga. But you saying, well, maybe, nigga ain't went crazy. That was a choice. And he taking pride in it. Crazy people don't do that.
I've seen people crying online, too, that the death penalty is too harsh. I don't think it's too harsh, bro. I feel like the death penalty should be used for situations where there's like a 99.9, 100% certainty that this person did it. This is 100% certainty, bro. All right? He is prideful for doing it. He is confident in doing it. He's happy about doing it. He sees this as vengeance for his son, which, okay. And I also believe, bro, the support of Rodney Hinton is also rooted in trauma, bro. A lot of our communities have been exploited, have been damaged, have been taken advantage of, have been attacked by police officers. Police officers, the very few who aren't doing a great job, who don't honor their oath, they're the reasons why a lot of people is rooting for this. It's kind of like when the dude killed like the pharmacy owner or the owner of the largest healthcare company, and the world was celebrating because the world has trauma due to these healthcare companies effing everybody over. But that don't mean an innocent man deserves to die. Now, he asked Charleston White about Carmelo Anthony, and Charleston White had...
See, but I think to say an innocent man, especially with the healthcare situation, I don't know if we should use the words innocent man. Because if this man is causing the deaths of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, I don't know if that's an innocent person. All right. But I'm just playing devil's advocate. Y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. And within... I don't know what just happened. My whole joint just froze up on me, y'all. Let me see, we back. All right, we back. I don't know what just happened. But yeah, just to play devil's advocate, you can see it from both sides at all times. I can see where the father is wrong, but I can see where black people would champion him because there is so much trauma within the black community. I can see where I could just see both sides. But y'all drop it in the comments. I'm going to sit back and wait for the ruling, just like Flacco said.
A harsher stance on Carmelo Anthony. Here's what Charleston White had to say
about the Carmelo Anthony situation with the kid and the knife. I seen you speak on that.
He going to jail.
You were basically saying that.
So there's another kid that killed somebody at school due to bullying. They didn't find it with murder. They found it with like involuntary manslaughter and got like 10 or 12 years. He's gonna get anywhere from that range. It's two things. He He got the police documented statement asking the police, can I plead self-defense? He took a weapon to a school event. There's no way you can justify that. There's no way you can justify that.
You take pepper spray just in case something happens. I can bring something just in case something happens.
Not to a school event. I cannot bring pepper spray through security at the TSA. I cannot bring a gun to a bar where they sells alcohol.
I've heard this a lot from a lot of people, but
That's not true. What Charleston White just said isn't true, and it's just to go along with what his argument is. You can bring pepper spray to TSA. Are they going to take it? Yes. You can bring pepper spray to a school event. Are you supposed to? No. You're not supposed to bring these things, but that doesn't mean you have the intent to then unalive somebody. What Charleston White is now marrying together, the fact that he brought a weapon onto school grounds or to a school event and he had the thought that he wanted to unalive somebody. That doesn't automatically mean that. You have to prove that he came there to unalive somebody. And that has to be proven in court. So what Charleston White just said, I would have loved to have debated him on that, because he's trying to marry together. Since you brought it, you were premeditated in your thoughts that you were going to unalive somebody, and that doesn't mean that. You have to prove that premeditation. You could have just been bringing it just to bring it. You could have just had it in your pocket from earlier. You might have just been playing around in the woods. You don't know. So to marry that together, I think is a little unfair, and it's a little disingenuous in his argument. Keep going.
I don't think people understand. Like, that really doesn't matter in a self-defense case, to be honest. If the courts decide, or if the police officers believe that Carmelo Anthony was faced with two choices, to either die or to kill, and he chose to kill, then he will be home right now. Like, if they believe it was a real self-defense case, or it was a real self-defense situation where he had no other choice but to lay down and die or fight, then it don't matter if that knife was unauthorized. If he used it to save his life,
all right, Flacco,
he should be coming home. But, the police officers believe it wasn't self-defense. The courts, as of now, believe that there's not enough for self-defense. So that's why he's not home. But yeah, I just heard a few people bring up, like, he brought the knife unauthorized. That don't matter in a self-defense case.
Well, just to correct Flacco again, Carmelo Anthony is home. So he got to get his facts straight right there. Yeah, the kid actually is home right now. He's been home. He got his bail. He actually had it in the video. He got his bail reduced from $1 million to $250,000. He came home. They raised a GoFundMe for him. He bought more security and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why he is home, because the judge actually seen that this could be self-defense. Let's keep going.
It's the 50-50 law rule. The school law states, school rules and regulations says you cannot have no weapons. Me, you, the kid, the parent, the coach, at any school event. Normally you have to go through a metal detector. So now you can't have it at the school, you can't have it at the dance, you can't have it at the football game, you can't have it at another school district, you can't have it out of town at a school event, you can't have it at the debate thing, you can't have no weapons, homie. That's where he went wrong at.
So you're blaming him for not going to his parents. His parents should have went to the school.
He had a stay-at-home mama. He got a daddy at work. He got a stay-at-home mom. Stay-at-home mom's supposed to be in everybody's business. Stay-at-home mom supposed to be in everybody's business. If this is such a good kid, make straight A's and straight B's, because I got a nephew who go to school with him. So if he's such a good kid, man, these guys at school is messing with me. Why not report it? Why stab somebody and take a life? And then if you really defend yourself, why flee the scene and get rid of the weapon, showing criminal intent?
I'm not read up enough on the Carmelo Anthony situation to even tell you if he ran away and stashed a knife away, because I don't know that. Listen, I'm just waiting to see the court case play out. Probably when the court case come, I'll probably.
Yeah, I'm a little more caught up on it, so I'll speak on it, Flacco. Yeah, so what Charleston White is saying is completely wrong. I would have loved to debate him, because I would have corrected him on a lot of this stuff. Yeah, just because he brought the knife on the school grounds, it doesn't mean that he is now guilty of premeditated unaliving somebody. Nah, he could have brought that life that his statement can be that, oh, I forgot it was in my pocket. And I remembered it was in my pocket once I noticed that my life was in danger. It could be that simple, y'all. It could be that simple. And you don't know all this stuff. That's why you got to lay it play out in the courts. And that's why you also got to somewhat, watch your words as an elder statesman in a lot of black business. All right, so y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about both of these situations. Let me know what y'all think about Charleston White. We're gonna stay up to date with this. We're gonna follow this situation. All right, it's your boy, What's Up G. If ain't nobody told you they love y'all, I love y'all. Also, I'm gonna drop a video right here that basically lets you know everything that happened with Tory Lanez. We got an update on Tory Lanez on why he was actually stabbed and what his current condition is. All right, if anybody told you they love y'all, I love y'all. I'm out, y'all.